Daisy Ridley, when asked, said that she definitely wanted John Boyega's Finn character in the new Star Wars movie. While she didn't reveal if he'd return, Ridley was more resolute about wanting him to be part of it. Absolutely, of course, she said about a potential reunion of the characters. It feels like we should, yeah. I don't know about you, but I think that there are multiple reasons why he shouldn't be back in this movie. And I can give you 5 things why I think that John Boyega should not be back in the Star Wars movie. Number 1, Boyega is too immature. John Boyega has claimed responsibility for the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker script ending up for sale on eBay. The actor told Good Morning America host Michael Strahan, "I was moving apartments and I left the script under my bed. I thought, I'm going to leave it under my bed. When I wake up in the morning, I'll take it, then move," Boyega said. Then his friends arrived and plans suddenly changed. "We started partying a little bit and the script just stayed there," Boyega said. Then a few weeks after, this cleaner comes in, finds the script, and puts it on eBay for like 65 pounds. So the person didn't know the true value, and I actually thought this is a great opportunity for the fans to read the movie before they see it. Maybe I'm onto something. Strahan replied jokingly, "I'm sure that's exactly what J.J. Abrams had in mind when he gave you that script." J.J. Abrams revealed to GMA Monday that a Disney employee found the script on eBay and bought it back before it was sold. Even though Abrams told GMA host George Stephanopoulos that he wanted to name the culprit, he refrained from doing so and instead allowed Boyega to come forward with the truth. "That was scary, man," Boyega told Strahan. "I got calls from every official. Even Mickey Mouse called me." Number 2, Boyega plays the race card. Actor John Boyega has accused Disney of sidelining non-white characters in the last Star Wars film and says his experience of the franchise was different as a black actor. The 28-year-old played Finn, the first black stormtrooper in the latest trilogy, which started with The Force Awakens in 2015, appearing alongside Daisy Ridley's Rey and Adam Driver's villainous Kylo Ren. Boyega's time on screen was reduced in sequel The Last Jedi in 2017 and finale The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. In an interview with British GQ, Boyega claimed the filmmakers didn't know what to do with his and other diverse characters in The Rise of Skywalker. Boyega said the filmmakers gave more depth to the characters played by his white Star Wars co-stars and that they did not know how to treat a black character. "What I would say to Disney is do not bring out black character, market them to be much more important in the franchise than they are, and then have them pushed to the side," he said. "It's not good, I'll say it straight up." He went on to say that they gave all the nuance to Adam Driver, all the nuance to Daisy Ridley. He told GQ that the filmmakers didn't know what to do with Finn or Kelly Marie Tran's character Rose. He also suggested Naomi Ackie, the black British actress who played Jana, and Guatemalan-born Oscar Isaac, who played Poe, were similarly dismissed. Talking about his experience, Boyega told GQ, "It makes you angry with a process like that. It makes you much more militant. It changes you. Because you realize, I got given this opportunity, but I'm in an industry that wasn't even ready for me. Nobody else in the cast had people saying that they were going to boycott the movie because they were in it." Number 3, Boyega not interested to be in Star Wars. John Boyega is not interested in returning to Star Wars Episode 10. And this comes from a few different perspectives. For starters, he's experienced plenty of harassment and constantly dealt with racist attacks due to being a black man in the lead Star Wars role. This happened almost immediately after Finn's stormtrooper life was revealed, but it continued for years after. And even as much as those who love Finn and Boyega's portrayal of him could share their support, the negativity and racism from some still made loud waves. The actor eventually expressed his frustrations with dealing with these types of comments and how little Lucasfilm did to help or support him. Boyega has spoken honestly with Lucasfilm about these thoughts and watched as the studio has learned to do better. Still, it unsurprisingly seems like he wants to distance himself to avoid future harassment. Number 4, Boyega now wants to be in Star Wars. Now John Boyega wants to come back to Star Wars Episode 10. John Boyega is opening up about the possibility of returning to the Star Wars universe, as the actor says he's down to return to the franchise. Boyega's comments come after he had aired his frustration over the way his character was diminished in subsequent films following his debut in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. With time giving Boyega a chance to reflect, he's open to exploring any opportunity that comes his way. That was a few years ago, so they were subject of that particular project. Boyega told Tech Radar about his comments. But I'm open to all characters and scripts that are enjoyable, have a great cast attached, and a terrific director. So yeah, I'm open to all opportunities. Earlier this year, though, Boyega said he was now comfortable with his experience in the franchise, telling the Times of London, "For me, Star Wars has made the man in a sense. The experiences, the fun times, good times, ugly times, bad times. It makes you who you are as you navigate through the industry, and that has definitely been interesting." And number 5, Boyega's Finn is an unnecessary character. John Boyega's character, Finn, in The Force Awakens was a pretty good guy. For what the movie was, I enjoyed his character. But as the 3 movies progressed, the second one, The Last Jedi, they hardly used him. And the parts they put him in, it just seemed they were inconsequential roles. Finn would go on these side quests that didn't really add or take away from the movie. I mean, you could have taken out his whole part in the second and third films and it wouldn't have made a difference in the movie at all. I mean, he went to the casino planet and to find a cracker, and then he got to the First Order's ship with the cracker and they failed and they got turned over to the First Order and they barely escaped. So you could have taken all that out and it would have taken away anything from the movie. The second part is in The Rise of Skywalker. He's on the planet with Rey and they're trying to get to the Death Star, and he's just a side character, you know? And he's riding horses on these ships that are trying to take off, which was some of the most inane parts of the movie. It just didn't make sense to me. So with these 5 things, first of all, I think he's very, very immature. He pulled out the race card. He doesn't want to be in Star Wars, and now he wants to be in Star Wars. And all the parts of the second and third movies of the sequel were basically useless parts. And I don't think that him being in the movie would make any difference. You need to have somebody in there that's going to make a difference. Like they brought in Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian. He made a difference in the movie. He was in charge of Cloud City, and then he was in Jabba the Hutt's palace as one of the guards, and he blew up the Death Star, you know, basically in the Return of the Jedi. You have Mace Windu, who I loved in the prequels, and he was, you know, the head honcho Jedi, head honcho underneath Yoda. If it would have been for Anakin, he would have taken down the Emperor. To me, having John Boyega reprise his role as Finn does not make any sense at all. What's he going to do? Come back because he's Force sensitive? Is he going to be in Rey's new Jedi Order? Are they going to have him running around doing these little side quests again? It will take away from the movie. I can guarantee it. And for me, I don't think John Boyega needs to be in the next Star Wars movie. All this talk about these new Star Wars characters has reminded me of a video I did that talks about George Lucas and him selling Star Wars to Disney. And if you're interested, you should really check it out. And please subscribe to my channel, and may the Force be with you always.